What's up YouTube, it's Leslie19 here with my team Baylife. I'm going to do a deck profile today of Evilswarms. It's 5 in the morning right now, so I'm pretty tired, so take it easy on me. But yeah, we'll get into the monster count here. Let's go. We have triple Heliotrope. It's the vanilla of the deck. The target's for Rescue Rabbit. He's a 1954 star, so he is a problem card. He becomes a problem card because he cannot be Fiendish Chain, and your opponent has to have a response for him, or most likely he can attack over. Next we have Triple Caster. He's the guy that makes the extra normal summon. Card can be played differently because you don't have to go caster and then normal summon. Sometimes I like to go caster attack if I know I have something else in the hand. For example, like a Mandragora, because I can special summon and then normal summon to get Ophion still in the same turn, so he's very good. Run 3. Next, the most broken card in Evilswarm is Kirkion. He's just really good. He's the Sombre of the deck. You can banish and then add to hand, and then go into Ophion or whoever you want, but mostly Ophion. Next we have Triple Mandragora. He's the card that allows you to special summon if your opponent controls more monsters than you. So special summon, normal summon, Ophion, right there. And run 3 because you need the high Evilswarm count. Next we have Double Thunderbird. Thunderbird is very annoying. It drives people crazy sometimes when you just keep on banishing him every time they try to kill him. So he's just another count for your Evilswarm monster lineup. And never go to 3 because it becomes too cloggy. Next we have one rabbit, obvious reasons. Get out the double vanilla. And then my tech choice, I like running this, is Thunder King. It stops a lot of decks and is just, I main deck it. It's just too good. It's a 16 monster count because you are trying to control your opponent. With Rhoda it becomes 17. We have Triple Infestation Pandemic. Some people run 2, but a lot of people run 3, and I always will run 3 because it's a card you can side out in Game 2. You never know what you're going against in Game 1. This card has saved me so many times. It's basically like a trap stun. You can play at the beginning of the turn, and then if they don't have a response right when you play it, you can just attack and do a 5 back row, and they can't do anything about it. So it's really good. I'll always run 3, and Game 2 I'll probably side out 1 if I don't need 3. Next we have Triple MST, just to kill problem cards and pop the back rows. Staple, we have 1 Book of Moon, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Dress to protect Ophion from monster effects, and then also 1 Rhoda. So basically you have like a 17 monster count with Rhoda because it searched out caster. Next we have the heavy lineup of traps. We run triple Fiendish Chain just to stop the effects. This card comes in clutch so much. I love having 3. Sometimes you can side it out if you don't need it. Next we have Mirror Force and this Korean Mirror Force thing. It's love to have Mirror Force just to kill, people don't expect to have 2 against run into 2 of them. Then we have Double Dimensional Prison to banish the problem cards you don't even want to see in the graveyard. 1 Infestation Infection. This card is really, really good. People don't give it enough credit that it deserves. I personally will search this over Pandemic if I don't need the Pandemic, because this just sets up your plays. If you draw like an unneeded Mandragora, you can just swap into a Kirkion effect, get Ophion, or whatever you need. You can play this on your opponent's turn, even though it says once per turn, you can still do that to get a, just not during battle phase, so you can find an Evilswarm card in your deck that you want to set up your play next turn. I main deck a Dust Tornado just because you run a heavy back row and you can just, Dust Tornado and then set another. Plus there's a lot of back row this format, so you can just pop so many cards. 1 Safe Zone for that Master Key Beetle lockdown. Also, to protect Ophion, obviously. But when you get that Master Key Beetle Safe Zone lockdown, it's really hard to get over it. Staples, we have 1 Torrential, because you can protect yourself with Pandemic. 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulse, and 1 Solemn. That's all the traps. I think it's like a 14 trap count. Move on to the extra deck. Triple Ophion. Thinking about taking one Ophion out, putting an Ouroboros in, because I've found like 2 times now that against like the Bujin matchup, they'll have a turtle engrave, and I can't find anything that doesn't target to get over, like a Yamato on the field or something, because this deck does have a pretty hard matchup against light decks, Constellar and Bujin. But I don't really find myself going into triple Ophion very often, so probably take one out for Ouroboros. Double Bahamut, it's your big eye, take your opponent's monster. 1 Key Beetle for the lockdown, and also just because it's good in this deck. 1 Maestroke for the Book of Mooning and stalling. 1 Papo Operative to you know, obviously flip and attack. Cowboy to get over some high attack monsters. Crazy Box just for skill drain to sit on that 3k beater. 1 Excalibur. He is only way to go into this guy is double caster. So next January 24th, when the Evilswarm card comes out, it's really good. It says if your opponent has more monsters on the field and in hand, you can detach 1 material, so you don't have to detach 2, and destroy everything on the field. So it's a black rose, but he stays alive.
And it's a quick effect.
Yeah, it's a quick effect too. So you can even use it in your opponent's battle phase. So it's broken as shit. If it's not banned, I'm going to be replacing this card for it. 1 Diamond Direwolf just to kill, you know, one of any card on the field you need to get over. 1 Black Ship, 1 Dweller, and 1 Zenmaines for the XYZ Encore, because obviously people run that stupid shit and just use it on Ophion. Lately though, I've been thinking about, instead of Zenmaines, possibly just doing Equipped Engineer. Just because it's like free 2-turn stall, and also because people, obviously they see Zenmaines, so they're just like, okay, I'll just get rid of it in 1 turn so he doesn't get the effect.
And maybe you can protect your Ophion that you're going to get next turn. Yeah,
also because next turn, you know, Equipped Engineer, just detach, keep Ophion safe, so it's really good. Move on to the side deck. Double goes in match because this deck does take a poo-poo on dragons. So, yeah, double goes in match.
Why not have more dragon hate, right?
Right, more dragon hate. Double Iron Wall because, yep, dragons. Also, you know, this card's actually pretty good for other decks as well. Like, people don't realize, like, you can put this in against Mermails. Also, you can put this in against Bujins. And I think that's really all decks that banish a lot. Other than that, dragons.
Maybe Hoot Cake from Dolce as well.
Possibly. Double Imprisoning Mirror, just because this deck has, like I said earlier, has a rough matchup against light decks like Constellar and Bujins. Double Max C because there's a lot of special summoning. Don't want to main deck this because it slows it down. 1 Soul Drain, you know, obvious reasons. Dust Tornado for when they side in their Royal Decrees, you can just laugh at them and have 5 MSCs in your deck. 1 Macrocosmos because your only target to get anything from the grave would be Kirkion, and this is just so good for you to shut down decks like Mermails, dragons as well.
Kills spellbooks as well.
Spellbooks too. Really makes them hurt.
Makes them cry, man.
The second Dress, because the monster effects, obvious, like when they blast you can just dress it. Don't find myself siding this in very much though, so I'll probably take it out for another card once I find out what I want. 1 Mistake because you only search with Ophion, so you could have a total of 4 searches the entire round. So just change Mistake to something that they search for and just stop them. Next, I have 1 Eradicator. This card is really good. If you're playing another control deck like in Stellars, they kill Ophion, just tribute Ophion, call traps. You know, you probably get like 3 or 4 traps, and you get to see their hand as well, so that's a lot of advantage. Then for the next 3 turns, they draw any traps, they have to discard them. So it's like, why not have this card? Deck Dev. This card's good against 1500 attack or lower monster decks. Like, for example, you could deck dev Madolce, you could deck dev Spellbooks, so they have Blue Magician. Possibly Mermails as well, because you don't want them to have their Atlanteans in hand. So this card's pretty good as well. Just occurred to me, I would take this dress out for vanities, and may or may not take this out for second vanities. But other than that, I love the side deck. It's really good. Covers most situations. But any changes, guys, would be these for vanities. Take out one Ophion for Ouroboros, and that would be my lineup right there. We'll come at you with some more deck profiles, guys. We have a lot more decks to cover. But other than that, this is my Evilswarm deck, and signing out. Take care, guys.